Loading scenario 127.
Now, we shall see how impressive you truly are.
Hey, Perfect World, can I take the tape off my mouth now, please? Please? Thank God. Gamers and gamettes, what is going on? My name is Tanek127, and welcome back to another video. And you guys know I am hype and excited about this one. So, if you've been following me on Twitter, now you know what horse fight means. Horse fight just rhymes with Torchlight. But anyway, guys, I've been teasing on Twitter forever now. If you're not following me, link will be up on the screen. I've been teasing that, since Friday, I've had access to a game that I've been wanting to play on console for a while, and Perfect World were kind enough to grant me a review copy and a whole weekend of early access. Welcome to Torchlight 2 for Xbox One. Now, by the time you guys are seeing this video, this game will be officially out on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, and it's already been out on PC for about 8 years for $19.99 US. That price, of course, is going to vary by country and yada yada yada. But anyway, guys, what I'm here to talk to you guys today about is my first impressions of Torchlight 2. Big fat disclaimer, if it isn't obvious by now, this video is sponsored by Perfect World. They, like I said in the beginning, they hooked me up with an early access and a review copy. But as you guys know, that's not going to falter my opinion here, and sponsored content never does. What they asked for was my honest feedback on the game. So if you don't know what Torchlight 2 is, Torchlight 2 is the sequel to Torchlight 1. It is made by the company known as Extra Games now. They used to be called Runic Games back when this game was out during its during its prime. They are now known as Extra. However, the company Panic Button, that are really famous for delivering amazing Switch ports, these guys are the ones who did the console port for Torchlight on all three consoles. At first, I thought Panic Button just did it for the Switch, but when you look at the game's logos and dig into the information, Panic Button actually covered the port for all three platforms. And I have to say, this game runs amazing. The gameplay I'm showing you guys right now is specifically on an Xbox One S, just so I can show you guys that the game actually runs well on base versions of consoles. You don't need an enhanced console to get the best experience for this game. They optimized it very well. If you guys do want to see Xbox One X gameplay, let me know in the comments below, and I'll gladly upload some Xbox One X gameplay just so you guys can see it, at a little bit higher fidelity. But if you don't know, like I said, Torchlight 2 is an action RPG. This used to be one of the big competitors of Diablo back in the day. From what I know, a lot of the people on the Extra Games and Runic team, well, now known as Extra team, they a lot of them actually contributed to the Diablo series. Then they broke off from, so I believe someone broke off from Blizzard, started doing their own thing, and boom, Torchlight was born. Now, Torchlight 2 has been out on PC for quite a while, and it's been a pretty epic action RPG. What this game does is it basically takes everything wrong with Torchlight 1 and fixes it, and I love that. And I've been playing Torchlight 1 since last year, since the announcement of the of Torchlight Frontiers coming to PC and console whenever that is supposed to hit. And I'm going to say I'm not a long-time Torchlight fan. I just got into Torchlight thanks to the announcement of Frontiers and it being an MMO. That's what interested me in Torchlight in the first place. But I have to say, since my start of Torchlight 1, I fell in love with the series. Mostly in Torchlight 1, the story isn't too apparent. That was one thing I didn't like about that. There wasn't too much dialogue and digging. Like, Torchlight 1 is definitely more of a dungeon crawler than anything, and it was also one key thing I personally think was missing was multiplayer. Now, action RPGs, they can be played solo just fine, but I think one thing that makes a good action RPG, especially grindy ones, like these or any games that have fun loot grinds, it's always better to have the option to play with friends. I'm not saying playing with friends or online multiplayer needs to be mandatory, but I think having that option there is always a good time. Now, the thing I love most about Torchlight 2 is its scenery. As you guys can see, the graphics aren't the best. This is a console port of a game made back in, I want to say the early 2000s, probably like 2010, 2011, maybe a little bit earlier. I'm not exactly sure when exactly Torchlight 2 came out, but it's pretty much just, it's not really an enhanced version or anything like that. It's the same exact experience on PC, just with a few enhancements, some additional pets, a little bit of exclusivity add-ons for console and stuff like that. They did say that there's some new content added into the game, but I've never played the original to exactly know what it is. But Torchlight is one of my most beloved action RPGs, because I don't like the seasonal system from Diablo, Path of Exile, and stuff like that. I hate the whole thing where you start a new character every season, everything. I like building one character or multiple characters that I can just keep progressing on, keep playing new content, keep adding gear to those. And Torchlight 2 does a perfect system of delivering that. Like I said, they went over all the aspects missing from the first one and improved them. There's more things to show story now. The story is more apparent. It's not just sinking yourself into endless dungeons over and over. Now, I'm not going to say the story is amazing, but it's definitely more showing than Torchlight 1. They've added multiplayer. The gear system's a lot better, and the gear in this game, that's probably its strongest point. The loot in this game, and I kid you guys not, this will sound crazy, but the loot in Torchlight 2 is on a Borderlands level. Every time you go in a certain area, every time you run around and kill mobs, there is always fresh new loot being dropped, and in all rarities: common, rare, ultra rare, blue, greens, purples, oranges, all that stuff. You have all kinds of brand new fresh loot dropping in this game all of the time. And the game runs very well too. The music's very cool and Torchlighty. If you've played Torchlight 1, then you'll be very familiar with how the game feels. The game's very simplistic, doesn't take itself too seriously. There's a simple item level system on all your loot. The skill tree is very simple to learn. You level up your skills and earn new skills. There's multiple different classes you can play. And another thing about Torchlight that I love is the classes in this game don't do their self justice. Now, the game's going to show you at hand that there's only about I want to say 4 or 5 classes. You have the Ember Mage, you have the Engineer, you have the Gun Wielder, you have the Brawler. But the thing about this game is that there's so many different class builds and ways you can build all these classes that I feel like saying this game only has 4 classes is an understatement, because there are so many different ways you can build it. Like, for example, in this gameplay video you guys see me using right here, I am a sword wielding Ember Mage. I'm a great sword, kind of like Dark Knight user. You can build a gun and sword character that that kind of works like a character from Bloodborne and things like that. You can build an Engineer that has like magic abilities and stuff. There are so many different combos and different things you can do in this game. It is unreal, guys, and honestly, I love it. It is a fantastic time, and for $20, this is an amazing investment. Now, the only issues I do have with Torchlight 2 are, number one, I don't like the item level system. It tells the item level of your gear is always apparent, as you guys can see. But the one thing that they don't do for some reason is they don't tell you the total item level of your character, which is silly. Now, if I missed that somewhere in the menus, feel free to correct me in the comments, but they don't tell you your total item level. And I think it's silly that, that kind of thing's not calculated in an action RPG, especially, this New Game Plus oriented, has a lot of end game stuff built around. I do think it's kind of silly that didn't include that. And another thing also is I was having a lot of disconnect issues when I was getting to actually play the game with my girlfriend and stuff like that. We were having back-to-back disconnects. Now, I don't know if there's going to be a day one patch, because as you guys know, I had early access to the game. So if there's a day one patch or anything that fixes this, I'll be sure to to correct that in the comments or make an updated video stating that. But these are the main 2 things that I really only had trouble with it. Other than that, the game runs fine. It is a great Torchlight game. It literally just takes everything wrong with Torchlight 1, fixes it, and honestly, guys, I really don't have too many complaints. If you guys know me, I've been looking forward to a Torchlight game coming to console forever now, and honestly, guys, I just can't wait till Frontiers gets here. But if you guys want a good way to prepare for Frontiers, This is probably the best way, and for 20 bucks, you can't beat it. Anyway, guys, y'all enjoyed this video, smash that thumbs up button for me, and I want to thank you all so much for watching. It's your boy Tanek127, and please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Till next time, peace out, take care.